Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with a review on Heaven Burns Red Chapter 4 Part 1. Yes, I have completed this part and it's not recently that I completed it. It's been a while I've completed the Chapter 4 Part 1. And I also did the an interlude that we got that I also completed. And it took me a while to make the video because I just didn't get the opportunity to do so. But yeah, I was like, I think part two will be coming out very soon. I don't know exactly when, but chapter 4 part 2 will be coming out soon, so I had to make this video before that. So yeah, here I am. I'm going to be talking about my experience. It'll be a little bit of a review video, you could say. I'm just going to talk about my experiences, since I'm not really making videos like I do so for other gacha games on Heaven Burns Red. Whenever I complete a chapter and whenever something significant happens, I just want to talk about it. That's why, like these videos. I've made these type of videos before as well, and I'm going to continue making these after each chapter end. I'm just going to talk about how I liked it and that. So chapter 4 part 1 surprised me again. Now obviously heavy spoilers ahead. I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned that on the title as well. So if you haven't played this part, or you don't want to get spoiled, be sure to not watch this video, because this from here onwards a lot of spoilers will be there, because I'm going to be talking about this chapter. Anyways, so yeah, now that is out of the way, let me talk about what surprised me. Like I said, this chapter also surprised me. Like, this is the thing with this story. I kind of expect something to go in a certain direction, and it all that, like every single time it kind of goes against it. I thought that in no way it would be possible for you know me to feel sad even though there isn't any death of a character that is going on. For example, the very first chapter was kind of a lot more mellow in that sense, because there is a bad end but you can kind of go against it. And that is why after playing chapter 1, I think I shared this in my previous video as well, I was like, oh, thank god you can choose like a good ending. So yeah, it is sad. What happened with Bungo is definitely sad. Her situation is sad, but at least she's alive. Because this is June Maida's work. Character surviving is in itself a blessing. um so yeah, but then chapter 2 completely just subverted my expectation, and bam, Aoi is dead. And I'm like, great, fantastic. So there you go. It's not going to go exactly how I think it was going to go. I was thinking every single chapter will have like a happy ending and a sad ending, something like that. Nope. This has happened, and this will be there forever. Then chapter 3 broke my heart even more after the whole thing with Kura, Satomi Kura, and like that whole thing. Her death was even more brutal to me, because I just don't know. I feel like like her and what was the other girl's name? I forgot her name. The girl that Kura liked. I forgot her name. Both of them. Their bond and everything. Seeing that and seeing the ending scene. Yeah, it was brutal. Her having to stab her. That part was very brutal. And it broke my heart even more. And then chapter 4 part 1, like I said, I've played it, and I have been thinking that, yeah, you know what, if a certain chapter doesn't have any death, it'll be not that sad. And I take my word back. After playing chapter 4 part 1, there wasn't any deaths, none of that sort, nothing like that happened. But oh my god, seeing Megumi leave was just something completely else. I couldn't, like the whole thing with, oh, I don't know how where this is going to go now. Like, I think she will be back because she's one of the main heroines. She's one of the main characters. I don't see her going, and if she goes, there must be someone who will be replacing her. I doubt they're going to go in that direction. So I think she will be back. You know, don't know exactly how. Maybe part 2 will, like give the answers to my questions, and like I'll see for myself whether she comes back or not. But I do hope to God she comes back, because like playing the game and joining the journey for these 3 chapters, and then someone leaving like that is just, I don't know, man. Like, again, I yeah, there wasn't any deaths or anything like that on that chapter, but it still was extremely sad. The ending part, especially when she boarded the plane and all that. So yeah, like I I'm sad. Hopefully, part two brings her back because I really want her to come back. Um, yeah, and my overall impressions on the chapter is, obviously we had the whole thing with the flat hand, like that whole battle, Megumi, like talking about being the savior, the whole dilemma about each of their own way of trying to digest the fact they're actually human Narbis. We getting the explanation of what they are. Like I remember in the ending of chapter 3, I was so confused about a lot of things. I was like, wait, so are they dead? Like, what is going on? Like, they're not humans. And they kind of like clear that up. Like, Tezuka kind of gave us like the whole explanation about how they are actually dead, but it's like basically they're the Narbis, and the Narbis are like completely copying them. And like, yeah, and after the Narbis die, or they die, they become go back to the Narbi form again. And obviously there's a lot of mysteries, like who are these Narbis, who are these aliens. I'm sure these all will be explained maybe way later. I doubt it'll be explained anytime soon. But it's just very interesting to see like how that part of the plot is also little by little developing, and that whole thing, and seeing the girls kind of try to find their own reason for like for gaining back their confidence, because everyone was like, oh, so we are nothing then, we are just Narbis. These people that we are playing as, they are the ones who accomplished something in their life. We are not them. All the feelings that we have, all of them are fake. That whole realization and everything, and still continuing to go for move forward, by clinging on to something that we saw. Obviously Ruka had what's her name, Yuki. Both of them, they had their own way of kind of going against it. That scene, we saw, like, Karen also kind of like understand that. Obviously Sukasa as well, came to an understanding. The only character who wasn't able to like come to an understanding with herself was Megumi, and which is where the whole conflict of this chapter begins, where she was like, so I'm no savior, that's the only thing I had left with me, and if I'm no savior, then what am I worth of? So the whole chapter, we see lots of ways Ruka tries to convince Megumi. Even Tama tried her best. But in the end, the whole like, flat hand operation, where she was able to do a great job stopping the flat hand, but again she like blamed herself, and she was like, if I was even better, I could have done a better job. If I was like the real deal, maybe this wouldn't have happened. And then that is why she left. And yeah, so that whole part, that part was really good as well, where everyone realized and everyone gained their own sense of purpose. And there was such, who was that, like there was someone, I forgot who it was, but someone who kind of mentioned to them that you guys have to find your own reason for fighting. Oh, I think it was Kura, wasn't it? Or was it, I don't remember who it was, but someone said something like that, and that is exactly what it is. Even after knowing, oh no, or was it Tezuka? I think it was Tezuka or something like that, who said something like, yeah, it was Tezuka, I think, that you guys have to find out your own reason for to keep going. Otherwise, yeah, because it is true, they are Narbis. Like, yeah, these guys are fake. They are not what they think they are. But with that, like, they have to accept that and move forward, knowing that, and come to an understanding. So like that kind of thing. Anyways, Megumi wasn't able to do that ultimately, and she had to she left because of that. But I don't know, I hope she comes back. I'm, like, I just cannot fathom, I or cannot, like, I just cannot think that, oh, she will be just forgotten after this. Like, like, she was there everywhere. Like, she's part of the main crew. So it's just baffling to see if something like that happens. So I don't think that's going to happen. um so that is why maybe part 2 we'll get to see her back again. Maybe she'll deal with her own stuff. Maybe she'll come to an understanding herself and then come back again. Hopefully that's how it goes. you know. Anyways, but yeah, chapter 4 part 1 was brilliant as always. Like I said, like I was again surprised, like the fact that they didn't kill anyone but still was able to make us feel sadness in this degree, at least, was crazy. Yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, there you go. I'm looking forward to part 2. Whenever it's going to come out, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to, you know yeah, I'm going to play it immediately, and after completing it, I'm going to make another mini little review video or my impressions video on it. So that is it. I'll end it here. Let me know what you guys thought about chapter 4 part 1 if you have played it. And yeah, so thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. And yeah, if you still are not playing this game and you like these type of story driven game, which doesn't really focus that much on the gacha aspect, like, yeah, there are characters you can get, but that's not really the point of this game. And play this game, because I feel like, at least in the Western community, this is still very underrated. I do hope more and more people gets to know about this and it becomes more popular, because the Japanese version is pretty popular. I think it's like, it has been like one of the best stories, ongoing gacha games for quite a while. I think they're having their third anniversary in JP. So it's very popular in Japan, and rightfully so. Yeah, Western community, we just got it recently, but it still hasn't gotten the amount of, I don't know, traction that it deserves. And mainly the big reason behind it is probably lack of advertisement, because YoStar, good lord, it just, I don't know what happens with YoStar games. Whenever they do, there's no, like, no one knows when something is coming out. There's no advertisement, none of that thing. I don't know why they do this. Yeah, like, the funny thing is that even I didn't realize, like, I knew that this game was coming out. I didn't realize that it has already come out, and it had been like 2 or 3 days after that the game released, that I realized that, wait a minute, this is already out in global. That has never happened to me for any other gacha games, because they never let that happen. They are like giving out like emails. Whenever you pre-register, they give out emails. Whenever, like, any other games, whenever, like, it has come out, they're like, oh, it has released in global. Like, we await your, like, stuff like that. So many games do it. Not only that, they have like a, like, on the day of release, they have, like, like, stuff, like, on the internet, on social media, on like YouTube and all that. It's just all over the place. And something like Heaven Burns Red, which, like I said, in Japan, in JP, the community is pretty big. It's not like just one random gacha game which doesn't have that much of a, like, thing. Yeah, it's Heaven Burns Red. So I should have expected something like that. None of that. I didn't even know when it came out. It came out suddenly, and then I realized, I was like, wait a minute, let me just check when Heaven Burns Red will come out, global version. I opened social media, I opened Twitter, and I was like, wait a minute, it is already out? That's how I got to know. So it's absolutely baffling why they, like, why this is the thing. Anyways, I want the best for this game. I hope this game continues, in global. That's why, like, yeah, just if you enjoy these type of games, play it. Each and every person who will be playing it, who will be, yeah, that'll help the game to get even more popular and reach a bigger mass. So, I hope for the best in global. Right, anyways, I'll end it here. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back again with another mini review video like this after chapter 4 part 2 comes out, and then after I complete playing that. So yeah, I'll see you then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.